Hello and a very good afternoon to those in Europe, good morning to those in the US. So it has been pretty choppy trade this morning. We've seen notable comments out of Bank of England's King. We've seen Italy tapping a couple of their T-bill lines and also Italy with their zero coupon on BTP linkers. So we have seen moves both the upside and downside, trading relatively flat at the moment in the European indices. But looking ahead to the US session, the headline bit of data will be the consumer confidence reading. So expectations are for a decline from the previous. Previous was 64.9, today consensus being 63. And that's partly or mainly due to the employment data we've seen recently. So although initial jobless claims and continuing claims, they've held relatively steady, we have seen quite significant misses on expectation and previous readings in terms of the non-farm payroll number. We've also seen a decline in terms of University of Michigan consumer confidence, so that sort of sentiment's likely to spill over into today's reading. So the range today being 58 to the downside and to the upside at 66.8, so any sort of readings outside this range could see pretty exaggerated moves in the markets, especially those US stock futures. But elsewhere, we have the Dutch upper house there going to be discussing the ESM, so they have declined voting on it. They did initially vote in the lower house, but it hasn't yet moved to a vote in the upper house. This remains a sticking point in several of the European countries, notably Germany, Austria as well. And that's because 2/3 of Parliament is needed to pass the fiscal pact and ESM vote. Quite a lot of parties and coalition leading parties, they don't have this sort of majority in Parliament, so that'll be interesting going ahead. But for the time being, that is enough from me. Other than that, we do have the API inventory numbers for the latest week. They're due after market, as is usual on a Tuesday. But that's enough from me. We'll have a video for you at the Wall Street closing bell. But in the meantime, have yourself a great afternoon.